Folks, I hope you're doing well, and welcome to episode 8 of WAPTSS, aka We All Practice the Same Stuff. If you don't already know, I'll be giving you guys an exercise every other week for us all to practice together. If you want more details, I'd highly recommend checking out episode 1. Today we're going to be talking about octaves. This is an exercise that I've seen a lot of people play over the years, and I've always thought it looked really cool, but I was very intimidated and I never took the time to practice it. But first, I've created an acronym for octaves so that we can all remember just what this word octave really means. First letter, O, stands for octave, because we're going to be talking about octaves. C stands for octave, which is the French pronunciation for octave. That third letter, T, stands for octave, from that sassy Hermione line in the Harry Potter movie.
Besides, you're saying it wrong. It's
octave,
not
octave. Fourth letter, A, stands for octave. The first letter that finally lets us know we're not going to be talking about octopuses. That second to last letter, V, stands for octave. For when you're hanging out with your Valley Girl friends. Like, oh my god, Becky, can you play an octave? And finally, E stands for excellent, because it's an excellent exercise. This exercise is going to take place all around the 1st through 4th frets. That means that we need to find all of our octaves within those frets. This ends up being pretty cool because when we're playing guitar, we often think about some of the, I guess you could say, simple octaves, just like the 1 and 3 or the 1 and 4. But this allows us to step outside of the box a little bit and find some maybe less thought about octaves. For example, the A string and the B string, or the E string and the G string. Okay, so in theory this exercise is super simple. We're just going to be playing octaves all the way up and down the strings. We're going to be starting with the low E, obviously, and we'll be ending on the highest note possible within the 4 frets, the G sharp. So, super slowly, it would sound something like this. And then we'd go all the way back up. Now, 2 things to keep in mind. Number 1, and I don't even feel like I should need to say this, but make sure that you practice slow enough to where you're not making any mistakes. We don't want to practice mistakes. Number 2, and maybe less obvious, is we need to be really focused on our finger preparation. So what do I mean? So if we start with our E, then we really want to think, okay, my next octave is where, and begin to prepare my fingers for that octave. And then think, okay, my next octave is where, and prepare my fingers again. And think about the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and so on. So let me show you what this will sound like. So that's the exercise. I hope that you guys will also practice with me. If you haven't already, I'd highly recommend checking out the Discord. I'll link it in the description below. If you could also like and subscribe, it would help me a whole lot and I'd appreciate it. Thank you again so much for tuning in and watching. Stay safe and happy practicing.